This retelling draws from Scripture and reflects one perspective on the passage discussed. Different traditions and scholars read these passages in different ways. We encourage you to read the full passage yourself and reach your own understanding. In the Gospel of Luke chapter 15, we encounter one of the most famous of Jesus' parables, the story of the prodigal son. This narrative, while firmly rooted in the canonical text, opens a window into the cultural and social dynamics of first-century Jewish society. The parable begins with a younger son who demands his inheritance from his father before the father has passed away, a request laden with shocking implications. In the culture of the time, this act would have been considered deeply disrespectful, akin to declaring the father dead. Nevertheless, the father acquiesces, dividing his wealth between his two sons. Not long after, the younger son departs to a far-off country, squandering his inheritance on reckless living. When a famine strikes, he finds himself in dire need, reduced to feeding pigs, a particularly humiliating position for a Jewish man, as pigs were deemed unclean according to Jewish law. In his desperation, he decides to return to his father, rehearsing his apology along the way. When he finally arrives, his father sees him from a distance and runs to embrace him, ignoring societal expectations regarding honor and shame. The father's act of running is remarkable, as dignified patriarchs typically did not run. But this father's compassion outweighs the norms of society. He welcomes his son with open arms, ordering a feast to celebrate his return. The older son, witnessing this celebration, grows angry, highlighting the themes of jealousy and resentment that surface when grace and forgiveness abound. This parable's significance transcends its narrative. It depicts a radical concept of grace and restoration. The father's willingness to forgive and restore his son encapsulates the message of God's unconditional love and mercy. Many scholars suggest this story not only reflects the dynamics of familial love, but also challenges societal norms surrounding judgment and retribution. The actions of the father reveal that true discipline is not merely about consequences, but about restoration, welcoming the lost back into relationship. As we reflect on this powerful story, it suggests a reconsideration of how we understand forgiveness and acceptance. It invites us to think about our own responses to those who may have wronged us, reminding us that grace can often defy the expectations of society. In closing, the parable of the prodigal son underscores a profound truth. In the realm of love and forgiveness, there is always space for redemption and new beginnings.